Every single year, millions of Americans pack into pharmacy drive-thrus, spending billions of dollars on synthetic pills, prescription creams, and over-the-counter antibiotics. But what if the most powerful, battle-tested medicine on planet Earth isn't sitting behind a pharmacy counter at CVS or Walgreens? What if it is literally growing wild right under your feet? Right now, in your own backyard. Think about it. Before modern pharmaceutical corporations existed, how do you think your ancestors survived? When a colonial settler in the 1700s got a massive gash on their leg, or a pioneer walking the Oregon Trail came down with a brutal chest infection, they couldn't just pull out a smartphone and open an app to find the nearest urgent care. They looked down at the ground. They relied on deep, ancient plant knowledge that kept humanity alive for thousands of years. But here is the uncomfortable truth that nobody in modern society wants to talk about. We have become completely disconnected from the natural world. Today, the average homeowner looks at a highly resilient, nutrient-dense medicinal plant and immediately sees an enemy. We spend hard-earned money on toxic chemical sprays, heavy weed whackers, and synthetic fertilizers just to obliterate these plants from our lawns. We kill them, rip them out by the roots, and dump poison on them without having any clue what they actually are. Meanwhile, inside the brick-and-mortar walls of our homes, our kitchen cabinets are packed with expensive processed health supplements and detox teas that try to replicate the exact same chemical compounds we just poisoned out in the yard. Isn't that the ultimate definition of modern irony? Let me ask you a serious question down in the comments right now. Be honest. Have you ever sprayed Roundup or some other heavy herbicide on your lawn just to get that perfectly uniform, golf course-ready look? What is the #1 weed that absolutely takes over your yard every single spring? Drop your answer below, because by the end of this video, you might realize you've been destroying a gold mine of free survival medicine. If you are fascinated by forgotten survival skills, microfarming, and the secrets of natural medicine, make sure to hit that subscribe button right now. We are dropping deep dive videos just like this every single week to help you reclaim old world knowledge. Give this video a like, and let's dive in. Let's dive into the 8 legendary backyard weeds that are completely changing how people look at their lawns. Plant 1, Broadleaf Plantain, nature's hidden first aid. Let's start with a plant that almost every single person watching this video has stepped on at least 1,000 times. Go walk outside onto your driveway, look at the narrow concrete cracks, or peer into the trampled edges of your lawn, and you will almost certainly find Broadleaf Plantain. It features low-growing, oval-shaped green leaves with thick vertical veins topped with a tall, thin seed pod that shoots straight up. Most homeowners think it's just another annoying weed. But in traditional herbalism, plantain earned a legendary nickname, nature's bandage. For centuries, indigenous cultures and early American settlers didn't view this plant as a nuisance. They viewed it as an emergency first aid tool. Imagine you are out working in your backyard and you get hit by an aggressive wasp sting. Your skin immediately starts swelling and throbbing. Hundreds of years ago, they wouldn't run for a synthetic cream. They would grab fresh plantain leaves, crush them, and apply that wet pulp directly. This is what historical healers called a poultice. The crazy part is it works remarkably fast. Plantain leaves contain powerful compounds like aucubin and allantoin. Allantoin actively stimulates cellular regeneration, helping your skin knit back together. The natural tannins act as an astringent, drawing out localized toxins and venom from insect bites while creating a protective barrier. Modern scientific studies discovered it possesses incredible antibacterial and anti-inflammatory properties, keeping minor wounds clean from pathogens. Yet, you can watch a homeowner spray industrial chemicals onto a patch of wild plantain while their skin is irritated from an insect bite they got 10 minutes earlier. They are destroying the exact remedy they need. Are you starting to see how much knowledge we've lost over just the last 2 generations? Have you ever used a fresh plant poultice, or did your grandparents ever teach you about using wild leaves? Tell me your stories in the comments. Next up is a plant with a survival history that is deeply intense. This is Yarrow, the battlefield bloodstopper. You can find it growing aggressively in poor, rocky soils and along rural roadsides where almost no other plant can manage to survive. It features soft, feathery, fern-like green leaves and clusters of tiny, tightly packed white flowers that bloom beautifully in the heat of summer. Yarrow's scientific name is Achillea millefolium, named after the Greek warrior Achilles, whose armies carried it to pack into bleeding wounds. For generations, yarrow was the ultimate emergency bloodstopper. It contains a choline, which has a profound effect on the coagulation process. When applied to a cut, it helps constrict blood vessels and rapidly accelerates clotting, while acting as an antiseptic to prevent infection. Older generations also dried the leaves and flowers to brew a tea. Yarrow is a diaphoretic, meaning it stimulates circulation and induces sweating to break fevers. And yet, if yarrow pops up in a suburban backyard today, it gets mowed down or sprayed because it doesn't look like standard turf grass. If you're enjoying these survival secrets, click that subscribe button. Let me know, have you ever noticed these fern-like leaves on your property? Now, let's talk about the absolute king of backyard outlaws, the dandelion, the ultimate nutrient vault. Millions of dollars are spent every single spring on chemical weed killers designed to execute a total war against this one yellow flower. But your great-grandparents didn't try to kill dandelions, they protected them. They treated them as an essential survival plant for nutrition and medicine. The dandelion is a nothing-wasted plant. Every square inch, from the petals to the taproot, is packed with dense nutrition and powerful compounds. Traditional herbalists use the leaves and roots to stimulate the liver and gallbladder. It acts as a powerful, natural diuretic to flush excess fluid. During the Great Depression, people would harvest these deep roots, roast them in an oven until they turned dark and aromatic, and grind them up to make a rich, caffeine-free coffee substitute that supported liver health and sustained energy. This plant's determination is superhuman. It can push through solid concrete and bounce back stronger after being mowed a dozen times. Yet we spray them with chemicals, then walk inside and drink expensive store-bought liver detox tea that tries to replicate what we just poisoned. Why pay corporations to sell us the benefits we are poisoning in our yards? Have you ever tried dandelion greens in a salad? Drop a comment. Plant 4 to chickweed, the soothing living carpet, found in the cooler, damper corners of the yard. Chickweed creates a lush carpet over bare soil. It features small oval leaves in pairs and tiny white star-shaped flowers. Gardeners treat it like a nuisance, but old-school country healers called chickweed the free medicine plant because it is nature's ultimate cooling agent. It's packed with saponins. For those suffering from eczema, psoriasis, or poison ivy, they would grind it into a pulp or infuse it into oil to create salves. It acts like a biological fire extinguisher for inflamed skin. Older gardeners would leave it growing under fruit trees as an endless supply of skin medicine. Plant 5i Burdock, the biofilm breaker. Much more aggressive and impossible to ignore. Burdock produces elephant ear-sized leaves and sticky brown burrs that cling to your clothes and pet's fur. Most people want to obliterate it. By drinking a traditional decoction of boiled burdock root, historic communities were able to clear up stubborn, chronic skin conditions. It acts like an organic, heavy-duty biological filter for your internal deep tissues. Modern researchers discovered burdock is packed with phytochemicals that have a devastating, disruptive impact on bacterial biofilm. Biofilm is a protective slime layer bacteria used to hide from your immune system. Burdock breaks that armor, leaving pathogens vulnerable to your white blood cells. Plant 6 and stinging nettle, the painful shield. No weed evokes as much immediate anger as this one. This plant is covered in thousands of microscopic, hollow, needle-like hairs. The moment you brush against it, they inject formic acid into your tissue. But here's the secret. The moment you dry them in the sun or drop them into boiling water, that painful stinging mechanism is permanently deactivated. What's left is a dark, leafy green loaded with antibacterial and anti-inflammatory properties. It's ridiculously rich in iron, calcium, and magnesium. It's a massive immune stimulant that helps manufacture white blood cells. Our ancestors respected it as a highly protective shield for human health. Plant 7, Creeping Charlie, the Respiratory Rescue. Your worst nightmare if you want a uniform lawn. This aggressive member of the mint family spreads using underground runners, choking out standard lawn turf. But early settlers packed this as essential medicine. They saw it as a critical respiratory rescue tool. It's loaded with aromatic volatile oils that modern science recognizes as heavily protective and antimicrobial. The volatile oils act as a powerful natural expectorant, thinning out heavy mucus in your lungs and sinuses while fighting off the underlying pathogens. Plant 8, Self-Heal, the ancient heal-all. Its name tells you absolutely everything you need to know. Known as the heal-all herb, it features unique square stems and spiked purple blooms that pop up in the middle of routinely mowed lawns. It contains a massive dose of rosmarinic acid. Modern researchers celebrate its ability to fight against highly drug-resistant strains of bacteria and viruses. Whether used as an external wash for slow-healing wounds or a tea for throat infections, Self-Heal restores cellular balance and accelerates tissue repair. The modern world has conditioned us to value artificial perfection over biological purpose. We spray poison on the medicine our ancestors relied on to stay alive. It's time to stop fighting against nature and start learning its secrets. Which of these 8 medicinal weeds surprised you the most today? Hit that like button and subscribe so you never miss our guides on self-sufficient living. Thank you for watching, and we will see you in the very next video.